This episode of the Dungeoncast is brought to you by Curse of the Usurper, Trouble in Havdir, from Tomb Guardians, Inc.
Trouble in Havdir is the exciting first book of the Curse of the Usurper adventure and campaign setting for 5th edition. The Curse of the Usurper as a whole takes characters from level 1 to 15.
Trouble in Havdir provides lore, shops, adventures, and so much more within the thriving city of Havdir.
After becoming afflicted with an ancient curse, the characters must search for a cure along the way. They are presented with many paths and opportunities to explore a pirate island, to help the people of Havdir, to engage in animated tentacle arm wrestling, to negotiate with politicians, to battle bugbears, and to clamber through the tower of a mad mage. And those are just a few of the possibilities.
And I have to say, looking through this book, this book is clean and gorgeous to look at. The artwork is absolutely stunning. It looks really easy to navigate. As someone who's writing a book myself,
yeah, I agree with the colors. Really pop in here. The artwork is great to look at, and it looks very well put together. I like that it had like little QR codes on some of the like character reads.
Absolutely.
So you can go to that QR link.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take you to Dropbox and give you an audio file to play. So you can just play the audio live for your players.
And it seems, looking through it, it seems like it's set up for like setting scenes or like really intense character dialogue that your characters are going to overhear. And it's fully voice acted. It sounds incredible.
Yeah, there looks like there's a lot of cool characters and special items in here. A lot of stuff that you can add to your game, or I would just run this module. It looks pretty fun.
Yeah, and it's supposedly a single book. The first book of a 3-book collection. Mm-hmm. So this is the first part of the adventure. Curse of the Usurper, Trouble in Havdir by Tomb Guardians, Inc.
Yeah, 5e compatible. Go check it out.
Indeed, links in the description.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Dungeoncast. I'm Brian.
And I'm William.
This is the podcast where we talk about everything tabletop role-playing games.
And today we are covering the Behir.
1, 2, 3, 4. Shout out to
the Dungeoncast.
Hey, Brian.
Hi, Will.
How are you doing?
I'm doing quite well. How are you?
I am doing quite well myself.
Excellent. Will.
How are you?
I'm quite well.
I'm glad.
Laughing?
I'm glad to be here.
I did it. He found it. There it is.
It may be Year of the Artifact, but it's also the year of talking about classic D&D monsters we somehow missed over the tenure of this show. Mm-hmm. Today, we get to talk about a gargantuan monster that would have fit very well into either the Year of the Dragon or the Year of the Giant, but somehow it didn't get mentioned until 4 Dungeoncast Zodiac years later.
Right. Is it just a giant dragon?
No, you'll see. I mean, no, you'll see. Okay. And honestly, I can't think why I put this one off. This monster is fun. It has some key favorite characteristics I tend to be drawn to. Number 1, it looks like a dragon. I love dragons.
Me too.
2, it makes for a great mini-boss or villain or even BBEG, depending on your campaign. And I like monsters that are flexible.
Yes.
Number 3, it breathes freaking lightning out of its face.
Oh, yeah. These are hitting a lot of key points for you.
Yeah, definitely. So without further ado, let us dive into another monster episode of the Dungeoncast and break down the Behir.
Yeah, it's good. What do we need to roll to beat that AC? Because if we're gonna break it down, I have to know what I need.
I'd have to look at the stat block, but I'm guessing its AC is probably 18.
We'll find out when it's my turn to read stuff.
Indeed.
All right.
When most adventurers think of enormous reptilian beasts, dragons immediately come to mind. However, dragons are not the only scaly giants to instigate fear, respect, and sheer awe with their mere presence. One such magical beast combines the ferocity of an entire pack of starving predators with unchecked draconic deadliness, the Behir.
Ooh.
Often mistaken for a wingless blue dragon, a Behir's monstrous form resembles a combination of centipede and crocodile. They have long, narrow heads, crocodilian in shape, with curved black horns on the top. They have long, snake-like bodies outfitted with 6 pairs of legs. Newborn Behirs are about 2 feet.
Oh, 0.61 meters.
In length, while the typical adult Behir is around 40 feet.
That's 12 meters, folks.
And weighs about 4,000 pounds.
That's 1,800 kilograms.
Behirs reach adulthood at the age of 10. There's no metric for age.
No.
And like other reptilian creatures, will continue to grow throughout their lifetimes, having to shed their scales periodically. Because of this, Behirs can sometimes reach gargantuan sizes.
Oh, wow. Okay. So this sounds like a reworked Remoraz.
No, I would say that...
Snake-like body, centipede legs.
Sure. Okay, it doesn't have centipede legs. And I don't know why it's described as being like part centipede. It just has a lot of legs. It has a lot of crocodile legs.
Okay, so it's exactly short, stubby legs.
Yes, short, stubby, crocodile legs, and has exactly 12 of them.
That's fun.
It is fun. Moving on. They're extremely tough and scaly hides bristle with armored ridges and variant color from electric blue to, I believe I probably...
Deadly purple.
Yeah, I think I meant nearly purple and not dearly purple.
I thought maybe you meant deadly.
No, I'm pretty sure nearly purple.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
With bands of brown. The underbellies of male Behirs exhibit a lighter hue, typically a pale blue, while female underbellies near shades of white, highlighted with streaks of azure.
Oh, that's pretty. Okay.
Azure.
Azure.
All Behir sprout numerous large horns that curve backwards from their heads and continue down their serpentine necks. Largely ornamental, these horns act as an indicator of the beast's age, growing for an entire lifetime, and are frequently used in preening hard to reach scales. Sorry for the typos.
The autocorrect's really doing it to you here.
Yeah, I've been having some rough times with it.
How long is this thing's neck?
It's kind of all neck.
Yeah, because like that's what I sort of like saw an image that you showed me earlier, right, on the YouTube thumbnail.
Yeah,
and then I didn't notice the horns in it because it was like a drive by.
It's always depicted differently. A lot of the older depictions literally made it look like it was more blue dragon like, where it had like you know what a blue dragon looks like. They're kind of like coarse and rough and really ridgy.
Yeah.
Older Behir images look a lot like that.
You got that like triangle face kind of thing going on.
Yeah, well, the 5e one looks way more serpent-like. I think it looks cooler this way.
Okay.
That's my personal opinion.
A rare up for 5e.
As for hard to reach places, I mean, look at all them legs. It must be real hard to get in between, like, row 4, under the belly there.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I was just trying to get a beat on how long these horns are.
Well, they go up and down the spine, so they're all over.
All right.
Where was I? Their dozen legs are short but powerful and capable of tucking up neatly along the sides of their bodies, allowing them to either slither along like a snake or gallop at an undulating stride. They prefer using their snake-like locomotion when traveling any considerable distance, as it makes moving through aggressive broken landscape they usually inhabit far easier.
Okay.
Behirs commonly only use their legs when climbing or feeding.
Yeah, so no wings on this bad boy. That's like the main difference between it and the dragon.
It,
right?
it is ground bound. Overly large, Behir's mouths sport dozens of thin needle-like teeth that curve inward for the purposes of grabbing meat and tearing it up into large gobbets. A Behir cannot chew food with any particular ease and spits out anything that cannot be swallowed entirely. The throat and stomach of a Behir are equally oversized, capable of swallowing entire creatures whole. When filled, an incredibly powerful acid floods a Behir's stomach and reduces flesh to a nutrient-rich chime in a matter of minutes. The rare items a Behir cannot digest, such as exceptionally resistant substances like adamantine, it regurgitates in a slow, awkward process within its lair.
It just goes back home and throws up as fucking slowly as you've ever seen.
Hairball, like,
yeah. Oh no, that's blue. Okay.
A portion of the energy Behirs generate from their food goes to fueling a number of strange, almost glassy organs that run below the thickly armored plates of their necks. Far different from the Draconis fundamentum organ that produces the breath weapons of true dragons, these coarse formations are in a state of constant friction, shifting and colliding with each other against one another as a Behir moves. This constant friction gathers within several chambers inside the Behir, waiting to escape in a bolt when the creature opens a specialized chamber within its mouth. Sometimes this energy escapes in ribbons that ripple over a Behir's tongue and crackle over its spines, especially when the creature becomes agitated or otherwise excited.
So you could get like shrunk down and do a whole dungeon inside of this thing with all special rooms.
I guess you could do that with a lot of monsters, but this is definitely high on the priority list of possible ones.
Let me know in the comments if you guys have ever shrunk your players and put them inside a monster as a dungeon, because that's the first time I've had the idea.
I think it's a great idea.
It's a
I think
fun
it's really
one.
Cool. Yeah.
I'm sure someone has done it.
I'm sure everything's been done before,
Everything's been done. There are no original ideas. I'm just here regurgitating stuff in a modern fashion. It's fine.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Not far from these charged structures rest a Behir's brain. Large and complex enough to facilitate a Behir's sentience and capacity for speech, this organ is in no way as complex or advanced as a dragon's brain.
Okay. Don't fucking bash. Wow, sick burn.
Also, perhaps due to the electrified organs nearby, Behirs are prone to violent mood swings, far-flung leaps of reasoning, and spasmodic muscle contractions.
I wonder if it knows that it has a bad brain and just gets like in a vicious cycle about it.
Poor guy's bad brain. Perhaps another effect of the electricity that at times seems uncontrolled within their bodies. Behirs live fast and burn out quickly, rarely living beyond 40 years. However, possibly as a result of some aberrant origin, Behir's maximum age varies extremely from one to the next, with some dying of old age in their 30s, while others live well into their hundreds.
Sorry. How long does the Remoraz live? Fucking, I'm just getting vibes.
You're getting vibes, huh?
Vibes.
I don't know. I can't just quickly look that up.
No, that's true. We'll figure it out again later. It's been a while since we did that episode.
Yeah, it's been a while. So let's talk about the origins of the Behir, because we have 3 different stories, each as feasible as the next. They're either an experiment gone right, an experiment gone wrong, or the result of a demon lord dragon sexy times.
Oh.
Let's go over them in that order.
Yes, please.
So according to the 5th edition monster manual, Behir are the end result of giants genetically engineering a monster to counter dragon kind. In times long forgotten, giants and dragons engaged in seemingly endless war. Storm giants created the first Behirs as weapons against the dragons, and Behirs retain a natural hatred for dragonkind to this day.
They're going to make their own dragon.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
exactly.
Okay.
I was going to say with hookers and blackjack, but it didn't make sense. Dragon Magazine number 333 posits 2 theories. Behirs exhibit numerous traits that suggest an unnatural genesis. One theory suggested is that it was a blue dragon that created the first Behirs, seeking guardians akin to half-dragons, yet more powerful and easier to control. A draconic sorcerer began meddling with the blood of their own kind, either by breeding with a magically summoned creature or tampering with her own unhatched eggs. The blue dragon created a clutch of deadly yet dim-witted offspring.
Interesting.
Whether these feral sub-dragons turned on and cannibalized their own mother, or she grew disgusted with her unnatural brood and drove them from her lair, remains unknown. Frequent observations, however, demonstrate that blue dragons will violently and actively hunt Behirs, and Behirs fly into a rage at the merest mention of dragons of any color.
I would love an NPC in a campaign that like is you show up to a location to kill a monster and they're like trying to convince you not to because they're trying to study it to find out, like fill in these gaps.
Ooh, that's really good. I like that.
That's fun.
Yeah. The next theory posits that some enormous magically altered snake or lizard, possibly even a manifestation of the god Mershalk, once the chief god of the reptilian Yuan Ti and demon lord of the 74th layer of the abyss, bred with a powerful blue dragon in time long past. The offspring of this bizarre union lacked the intellect of their draconic parent, but exhibited the lightning breath weapon, thick hide, and spiny crests.
Okay.
Over time, these aberrant dragon spawn managed to propagate their own species and broke from draconic society to take up layers in the wilderness.
Mershalk was like, we're kind of the same. Long bodies, right? Hi.
Well, you know dragons be horny, so
Dragons be
probably
horny.
know the dragon summon Mershalk and
The dragon's like, we're going to make the dumbest kids, but okay, I'm ready.
I like how the game goes out of the way just to talk about how fucking dumb Behir are. Like it goes out of the way.
It's the biggest difference between flying and that are the biggest
Flying
differences
and
between them
bad
and actual
brain.
dragons. Yeah.
It's flying and
That bad brain. They got just as many body pockets inside of them as dragons.
Yeah, and way more legs.
Way more legs.
Way more legs.
That's where all the intelligence just went to legs,
All
went into
legs.
decks. Dumb stat in.
You maxed out your leg stat.
Maxed out decks.
Most dragons, especially blue dragons, completely deny such theories, seeing Behirs as nothing more than abominations that should be destroyed whenever possible. However, few dragons, typically metallics, confirm hints of truth in this possible genesis, although none admit the full story. The way this reads to me is that blue dragons really don't like that connection, and now they're like, we just need to kill all the Behir because this is getting out of hand. And I love the idea that the metallics think it's fucking hilarious, so they keep spreading the rumors.
Yeah, like some random sapphire dragon like published an article about like how the other nasty dragons are doing other nasty blasphemous mating.
There you go.
They're like-
Exactly.
they burned the tabloid and like, but the damage was done.
The damage was
The
done.
rumors are out there
Now the connection will never be unconnected.
until all the Behirs are dead.
Yeah.
The giants are like, no, these are our pets now. We fucking love these things.
Yeah, they're
Fuck
great.
you, dragons.
Bestial yet canny predators, Behirs prowl broken hills, wastelands, and barrens looking for food enough to fill their considerable gullets. With surprising cunning disguised by their monstrous appearance, Behirs offer those expecting to face nothing more than a dumb beast, only a slow and painful digestion.
Yeah, they have their teeth. It's like an anglerfish, huh?
Yeah, it's got an anglerfish.
That's nasty.
Yeah. Behirs prefer inhabiting dry, rocky hills, basking in the scalding sun between hunting forays and patrols of their territories. They lair in places inaccessible to other creatures, favoring locations where would-be intruders must make a harrowing climb to reach them. Deep pits, high caves and cliff walls, and caverns reached only by narrow, twisting tunnels are prime sites for a Behir's ambush. A Behir's dozen legs allow it to scramble through its lair site with ease. When not climbing, it moves even faster by folding its leg beside its body and slithering like a snake.
Oh my gosh, that's cool.
Most Behirs live solitary existences, claiming all the land visible from their lairs as their territory. Behirs favor lofty homes. Their alleged domain might span dozens of miles, with its lair always at its center. However, these contended dominions are regularly exaggerated, possibly encompassing the prior claims of other creatures or even whole cities a lone Behir could never hope to overtake. Regardless, Behirs are violently territorial creatures and attempt to drive out any beings they perceive as threats, while subjugating weaker creatures. This often leads to lengthy conflicts between Behirs and humanoids or other powerful monsters, all with equal belief in their ownership of the land.
Wow.
In the cases where Behirs win such disputes, whole regions of weaker creatures might pay homage to a single Behir as landlord or even a deity. I like that's a joke. You're either a landlord or you're God. No in between. Although physically powerful and intelligent enough to communicate, Behirs make poor leaders and worse rulers. Little more than oversized, self-interested bullies, Behirs care nothing for the weaklings that dwell within their territories. Rather, they treat such vassals little better than slaves and livestock, often demanding ridiculous tributes of food or wealth.
Yeah, if they're like in the image of dragons or like the pets of giants, they all treat everybody this way anyway. Yeah. So
they're the worst landlords. The worst landlords.
The worst. They're bad landlords.
Rent always goes up.
Even worse gods.
Also, due to other sporadic mood swings, often blamed on the powerful electrical discharges occurring in such close proximity to their brains, Behirs quickly neglect or forget responsibilities and promises.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, it's the bad brain.
Yeah, I'll be there in 2 days to fix your pipes.
Wait, what are you talking about?
It's been 3 days. You haven't been by to fix my pipes. What pipes? Shut up.
Such shifts commonly occur every 5 to 10 minutes and might prove dangerous, as a Behir can seem agreeable, even playful one moment, and suspicious or antagonistic the next.
Because they fucking forgot if you're friends.
Hey, who are you again?
Get out of my house, you stranger.
Oh no.
Stop eating my soup.
Despite their brutishness as rulers.
Their Britishness? Oh, brutishness.
Brutishness.
Sorry.
Despite their Britishness. That's hilarious.
It's like, what's British about them?
Despite their brutishness as rulers, Behirs are not innately evil creatures. Although particularly foul-tempered, exceptions that cross the line surely exist, most Behirs adhere to a neutral outlook. However, this neutrality combined with a relatively low intellect... God, we just keep talking about how dumb they are.
Neutral stupid.
Neutral stupid and great...
That's a great t-shirt with the Behir on it. Just
yeah,
like
neutral
drooling.
stupid. Yeah,
neutral stupid.
I do like that. Yeah, we should do that. And great physical prowess makes Behirs exceptionally self-concerned. Some humanoids might use this sense of self-superiority to their advantage, as Behirs are highly susceptible to flattery, especially pertaining to their horns and size. My, what big horns you have.
Oh my. They're as long as your neck.
Besides dragons, any large animals that wander into a Behir's territory are considered food first and potentially bargaining partners second. Behirs possess the capability to negotiate, but only do so if they believe that for some reason they can't take what they desire. Those who must frequently travel through a Behir's territory find that offering large amounts of food along with a healthy amount of self-deprecating flattery is a good way to keep a Behir from attacking.
Okay. You need to like carry a bunch of like farm tools on you that it can't digest, like made of adamantine.
Yeah, that costs a fortune, though.
Don't eat me. I have a metal shovel on me.
Yeah,
and you'll barf it up later. It'll be bad.
And it will suck.
He's like, that will suck. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until he takes the shovel off because he's dumb.
Yeah. I'll just wait till he takes it off.
Just wait till he takes that shovel off and eat him.
Additionally, perhaps owing to some draconic ancestry, Behirs have a fondness for treasure, coveting silver to the exclusion of all other offerings. If properly wooed with such riches, food, and compliments, some Behirs might be convinced to reveal information or perform favors for lesser creatures.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of information it might have. Maybe like territorial stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if you for some reason need information of what's occurred in this territory within the last 40 years, the Behir
it's
might
like
not be the
ruling
worst.
over it, so no one's been in or out to report.
Exactly, the Behir fiefdom. Behirs and dragons are dire enemies and never willingly tolerate each other's presence within their respective territory. Whenever a Behir and dragon catch sight or scent of each other, bloodshed inevitably follows. Those who witness a battle between a Behir and a dragon recall it with awe, as both creatures assail each other with breath attacks and gouge scale, muscle, and sinew with razor-sharp claws and teeth.
Yeah, one of them's flying and one of them's walking really fucking fast with a bunch of tiny
Holy
feet.
shit, look at those legs go.
Oh, it's slapping the ground so much.
I do. We'll have to see this thing's speed when we look at the stat block, but I do like the idea of like the dragon has to come down to fight it because it just keeps skittering like a bug that's too fast to swat.
Oh, man.
So,
that's
like,
fucking awesome.
Yeah, I like that
a
idea.
lot.
Yeah. Behirs are immune to electricity and relish roaming or climbing to the peaks of their lairs amid thunderstorms, becoming quite excited when the lightning begins to strike.
Oh, sick, a lightning storm. I'm going to go forget a bunch of shit. He climbs to the top of this mountain.
Or maybe it's like, I've never felt so clear-headed before. I've been living in a fog.
I've got that post-lightning clarity right now. I can make so many decisions. Damn, I'm fucking dumb most of the time. Oh, no.
Holy shit. The mating cycle of Behirs coincides with the hottest days of summer when electrical storms rage most frequently. During such times, the swift popping bellows of a Behir mating craze mingle with the regular crashes of thunder.
He's not just going to have post-lightning clarity after this thunderstorm.
I need a minute. Oh, shit. Okay. Travelers should be extremely wary of wandering through an agitated Behir's territory during this time of year, and especially in the middle of such a storm.
Uh-huh. How do we get here every episode lately?
Dragon Magazine, bro.
Dragon Magazine rules.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm going to make a Dragon Magazine show.
How does it feel?
I want to so bad.
Where's the Dragon Magazine? Babe, where's my Dragon Magazine? Sorry. Occasionally.
It's Dragon Magazine Day. I wanted to make a magazine joke reference also.
Occasionally, in areas with a large enough food supply, a mating pair of Behirs bond for several years, usually somewhere between 2 and 12, which is quite the range.
Yeah.
A pair of Behirs usually produce one small clutch of 8 to 10 eggs. These eggs resemble large geodes tinged with electric blue lines similar to a lapis lazuli, and might be mistaken for huge blue gemstones. Typically, only half of the eggs produce live young, and only half of that number survive the first few weeks of life. This relatively high mortality rate keeps the Behir numbers in check, especially considering the huge amount of food required to sustain even one in the area.
Okay.
Behir mothers raise their young for 2 years, first providing hatchlings with regurgitated meat before teaching them to hunt small animals. Male Behir take little interest in their young, except for occasionally providing them with food and doing them the service of not ingesting them.
I'm going to throw up and it's not a shovel. Get ready to eat.
After the second year, the mother Behir drives out the surviving juveniles with blasts of lightning and thunderous bellows, forcing the young to find their own territories. Most Behirs that become threats to humanoid settlements are juvenile Behir seeking their own domains. Behir are often hunted by powerful adventurers for their body parts. Their horns can be used to make the ink necessary for scribing a magic scroll of lightning bolt. Similarly, a scroll of neutralized poison often uses ink from Behir's talons, and that of protection from poison uses ink from Behir's heart.
I love that. I love the details Dragon Magazine goes into and like breaking this creature down. It's like a good template for what you could do with other creatures as well.
Absolutely. I often am very disappointed when I can't find so all these articles are always called ecology of.
Yeah.
So when I can't find an ecology of article on a creature, I'm always like, dang it.
Yeah, it is a bummer.
Yeah.
They should really pick that back up.
They should, but they won't.
No, they won't.
Behir scales are sometimes used to make armor, much like the hides of dragons. Behir crystalline bones are used for jewelry. Bone-carved chimes, sculptures, and musical instruments are very common across certain cultures. Behir teeth are as beautiful and valuable as gemstones and have a wide variety of creative uses. One such use is a strange type of music box. Behir teeth form plucking hooks that pull on string made from Behir guts and electrum, while Behir ivory is used for other parts of these wondrous instruments. Jesus.
Wow.
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 Maybe we should take a short
We
rest.
have its teeth pull its guts and it makes music,
God,
bro.
no.
Let's take a short rest.
It's crazy. Okay. It's the grand adventures of Ilian and Beard. Oh man.
Wow, we're falling. We're still falling.
It's you think we would have hit something by now?
Yeah, you would think so. It's been quite some time.
I can you even see the worm falling down there?
I mean, honest, I don't have dark vision. I can't see a lot.
Is this me neither? Is this the same rubble next to us? That's been I don't understand. What's going on?
It seems that the purple worm just kept digging, and we're going to continue falling until we reach the bottom of wherever it decides to dig to.
Must have hit some sort of sinkhole or something. This is insane.
Yes,
This is just a lot.
quite unheard of.
Look, I can kind of spin myself by
Yes.
pushing against the
Yes. Oh, look at this, Ben.
Ah, that's quite good,
Oh,
Ilian. Quite
it's
nice.
like I cast the fly spell.
Yeah, wait, hey, that would be great right now. Can you do that? And save us
I
from
mean, I
the
could.
fall?
It's a
Okay.
possibility.
So wait, what's the plan then? Are we just gonna keep like falling?
Well, I mean, I'm sure we will solve the issue when the
with
moment
magic?
arises.
With magic?
Possibly there are spell slots that I could spend.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think maybe, like we've been falling for a while, and I don't know if you know when you hit the ground after you've been falling for a while, it hurts a lot and might cause like
I
death.
understand how gravity works, Ben. You don't have to lecture me.
I'm sure you do. You're
I
experiencing
just-
it. I
I'm
just think that maybe
beginning
we should do something about
to
it. With your
feel-
magic.
Like you're coming across as if you're entitled to my spell slots, and I don't appreciate it.
Hey, look, it's not. I don't want to come across the wrong way. Okay, look,
We don't have to solve all of our problems with magic, Ben.
You're right. You're right. You know.
We are people with capable hands and capable brains. We can solve our problems without resorting to the precious slots of my spells.
But we could land at any time.
We
can't
could.
see the. Okay.
We could.
Maybe we should start thinking then. I understand. You've told me before you're saving your spell slots for when we encounter the pendant and blah blah blah. Oh, I got it. Maybe looking to the orb of Ether's net once more, and maybe it has an answer. Can you do that right now?
Ben, my orb of Ether's net is for prophesizing about the pendant of plenteous patrons. Need I remind you, Ben, why we are falling down this endless hole?
I would love to. I would love for you to explain it to me.
It is because we are searching for an artifact of legend. An artifact of power.
It's true.
The pendant of plenteous patrons.
It's so good. Every time you explain it to me, it's so good.
An artifact powered by the souls of 1,000 generous benefactors.
So many.
And whosoever claims the pendant will have those benefactors' funds funded to them.
It will be us.
Yes, it will be us.
I will paint.
And I will create wonders the likes of which this world is not ready for.
I'm so curious of what those specifics are, but I'm not worried about it right now. Right now, we need to put our brains together to figure out whether... We've returned.
Indeed we have.
We're fucking back.
Indeed we are.
Did I not do that last episode?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Are you sure?
And then you jumped straight into go to patreon.com to fund
Yeah,
Alien
if
and
you
Bear's
guys want to
adventure.
sponsor Alien and Bearn, you can do that. Like, if you want to be an external advertiser that sponsors Alien and Bearn with sweet jerseys or something while they go on their adventures and talk about your products or services, we're happy to do that. Reach out to the Dungeoncast@gmail.com. And if you want to support Alien and Bearn in their quest for the pendant of plenteous patrons, please go to patreon.com/the Dungeoncast, where you can make humble donations to their cause, as well as ours.
Did you just have like a Behir like brain zap moment where you forgot?
Yeah, I did. I was like, fuck, did I say that last? Like,
You did,
there must
you
have been
did.
an electrical current in the studio.
Dun, dun, dun.
So these look like bad salamanders with bad dragon horns.
I think they look super cool.
They're like
You mean bad isn't bad or bad isn't bad?
bad as in bad, dude.
I
in
like
this
'em.
image, it's like a little nub.
The horns?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I don't care about the horns. They're cool.
No, I'm specifically talking
yeah,
about the horns.
that bad horn. Wait,
No, this is a cool looking monster.
It's a young Behir.
Oh, so it's got little
I don't know.
little juvenile horns. Okay,
I am going to give one criticism before we actually get into it. These things are supposed to be like dragon fighting monsters, right?
Yeah.
This Behir stat block is not strong enough to fight most dragons. It'd be really cool if there was a young Behir and wormling Behir and also an ancient Behir stat block.
Oh, well, they don't live that long.
Some of them do.
That would be cool.
But yeah.
Ancient it up with some legendary actions, and then maybe it can fight like an adult dragon.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a huge monstrosity of neutral evil. Its armor class is 17. Natty. It's got 168 HP. That's 16d12 plus 64. It has a movement speed of 50 feet and a climbing speed of 40 feet. So yeah, them legs is doing it, boy.
Yeah.
Them legs is slapping the ground and slapping the walls.
That's so true.
Yeah, I bet it's slithering around like crazy too. The way it's very snake-like.
Yeah.
Like salamandery. Strength is a +6, dexterity is a +3, con is a +4, intelligence -2.
It's kind of
so
dumb.
stupid.
It's kind of dumb.
Wisdom +2 and charisma +1.
That's like ogre dumb.
That's so
That's
dumb.
pretty dumb.
You're pretty dumb. It's so strong. Also, I thought it'd have
Very
more dex.
physically strong.
Yeah,
It
con
lifts
strength.
with all 12 of them legs.
That's fair to say. It lifts its whole body up. Skills: perception +6, stealth +7. That's nice. Damage, immunities, lightning. Senses: dark vision 90 feet, passive perception 16. It's not immune to lightning. It does, like, damage wise, yes.
Yeah.
All right. Language is draconic. Challenge rating 11 for 7,200 experience points. It's got a +4 proficiency bonus. It does a multi-attack. The Behir makes 2 attacks, one with its bite and one to constrict. Bite is a melee weapon attack +10 to hit, reach of 10 feet, one target. It's going to hit for 22 or 3d10 +6 piercing damage. Constrict is a melee weapon attack with +10 to hit, reach of 5 feet, one large or smaller creature. It's going to hit for 17 or 2d10 +6 bludge damage, +17 2d10 +6 slashing damage. Well, why would it do that?
Well, okay, so lore-wise, these things are supposed to be from the back of their head all the way down their tail covered in spines.
Oh.
This artistic iteration of one doesn't show that, though.
Yeah, I can see like a slight frill on it.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just real sharp right there.
I guess so.
Guess so. Yeah, so it's going to do that slashing damage. The target is then grappled with an escape DC of 16. If the Behir isn't already constricting the creature, and the target is restrained until the grapple ends. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Lightning breath, it's going to recharge on a 5 or 6. The Behir exhales a line of lightning that is 20 feet long and 5 feet wide. Each creature in that line must make a DC 16 dexterity saving throw, taking 66 or 12d10 lightning damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a success. That's quite a bit.
I want to discuss with you real quick, just your quick opinion. Do you think lines are inherently weaker than cones when it comes to area effect?
Yes.
Yeah. I really
I
think
do.
they need to fix the line thing. Because, like, don't get me wrong. I get why you would have lightning go in a line or certain other attacks to be in a line, but maybe widen the line when it's a huge monster like this. Like,
Yeah.
this thing's big-ass mouth, like, I don't know, make it 10 or 15 feet wide or
Like
something.
a Marvel versus Capcom, Hadouken. Or whatever.
Exactly. Something like that. So just throwing that out there.
Yeah, a line that is 10 feet wide or something
Yeah,
like that.
that's going to be a little bit more acceptable.
Lines
for
are
catching people.
convenient. Like, you can kind of like they're more advantageous for a monster than a party, I think. It's really situational.
Sure.
Because a monster is always going to be mobbed against multiples, so you're going to hit 2 people with the line, especially when you
Probably.
have a movement speed like this with a stealth the way this thing has. You can get a surprise attack and hit maybe 3 people.
The thing is, I think you're going to hit more people with a line if you're doing theater of the mind, like we usually do theater of the mind.
Yeah,
But
sure.
like when you actually are using a grid system, I think it's going to hit less people a lot of the time.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm curious. I know that the offsetting thing is supposed to be length too, right? So like lines go further. Cones are usually like at max 15 feet.
Point blanking somebody for 66 damage is pretty fucking cool, though.
It is
like,
awesome.
Even if you hit one person,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
it's still a strong attack. But yes, cones are better. Swallow. The Behir makes one bite attack against a medium or smaller target it is grappling.
Uh-oh.
If the attack hits, the target is also swallowed, and the grapple ends. While swallowed, the target is blinded and restrained. It has total cover against attacks and other effects outside of the Behir, and takes 21 or 66 acid damage at the start of each of the Behir's turns.
That's great.
A Behir can have only one creature swallowed at a time, and then you can do the dungeon by yourself. If the Behir takes 30 damage or more on a single turn from the swallowed creature, the Behir must succeed on a DC 14 Constitution saving throw at the end of that turn or regurgitate the creature, which falls prone in a space within 10 feet of the Behir. If the Behir dies, a swallowed creature is no longer restrained by it and can escape from the corpse by using 15 feet of movement, exiting prone.
Man, you better hope you have a fucking paladin on your team or like a wizard with, I don't know, fireball.
I know that somebody's going to be like, I moved to the back and I cut my way out of this thing's.
Not going to happen. This thing's going to have 17 AC inside and out because it's natural armor, I would say. Well, they're restrained, aren't they? They're restrained and blinded. So they have big disadvantage on making attacks.
I'm going to say, oh, yeah, I guess so.
Because, that's the thing is they can't move. If they're restrained, their movement is 0.
Yeah.
So they're not moving nowhere.
I think there was I guess light spoilers for very early season 1 Critical Role where somebody gets swallowed, and I think they did a big beast hand inside of this creature that they got swallowed by.
Okay.
And fucked it up real bad.
Yeah, I bet. That's awesome, though.
I'm just saying there are ways out.
There are ways. Yeah, there are ways.
There's a reason this mechanic is listed the way it is. But that's it for the stat block.
What do you think? What do you think of the stat block?
It's pretty cool.
I think it's pretty cool, too.
I like this monster. Challenge rating 11. It's fairly strong.
I think it's fairly strong, especially if it gets a swallow off. I think it needs legendary actions.
Its movement is just wild. I wish it wouldn't take opportunity attacks. I think that would be a cool thing to have. Like, it's just wily like that. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Like, when it moves, it just won't take opportunity attacks. I think that'd be fun
gotcha. No, that makes sense. I like that. I like that. I think legendary actions, and I think they're pretty warranted, because look at all them legs. Like, you can get a couple extra claw moves in, you know? Like
a sweeping tail attack would be really
tail,
cool as well on
Knock
this.
some people prone while you're swallowing
do
a guy.
a small amount of damage at a save, a dex save for that as well. That would be a cool thing to add to it for a legendary action for sure. I could see that thing. Or like a tail slam. It fucking high fives your face 5 times in a drive-by, like, run kind of motion.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah. Like, oh, my face. Yeah, that's there are ways to buff this thing up.
Yeah,
and then you can always flavor them with different types of elemental damage. Why not? Why
not? Yeah, I mean, I think the lightning thing is because they're ties to blue dragons, but I mean, you could have red Behirs.
Blue dragon was the one
Green
that fucked
Behirs.
around with the snake demon. It's all your fault, blue dragon.
That's all your fault, blue dragon. You got anything?
No.
Let's take a long rest.
All right.
Okay, a long rest time. Hey, it's a long monster. Sorry.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the long rest. Hopefully it's not as long as this monster.
Yeah, hopefully not.
It's a long, like we just said, it was a long monster.
It's a long monster.
What do we want to talk about in this long rest?
I think it's a good time to talk about our giveaway of Baldur's Gate 3.
Baldur's Gate. We're getting so close to 50,000 subscribers on YouTube, and it's all thanks to everyone that hits that fucking button, baby.
Indeed.
Smash that shit. Smash it.
Destroy it.
Yeah. Hit that fucking sub button.
Because once we reach 50,000 subscribers, we are giving away a copy of Baldur's Gate 3 on either PC or console, whichever it is that you got. And the only way to enter the contest is to subscribe to our channel, like a video, and leave a comment.
Yeah. And that's it.
Yeah, and I'm excited. My copy is, well, it's not really a copy, it's digital, but I'm allowed to download it next Wednesday. And I cannot wait. I'm going to do 2 campaigns. I'm going to do a solo one with one of my favorite D&D characters I've ever created, D'Artagnan Bloodthane. And then I'm going to do a co-op campaign with my fiance. It's going to be fun.
Oh, that sounds awesome. I can't wait to... I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to play it or if I'm going to watch some Let's Plays, but... I got to figure it out. I'm going through a lot of changes. I'm hitting adult puberty.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Oh, yes?
I know, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Finally, hair's growing in the places I've needed it to all this time.
For those who can't see me, which is everybody, because we don't actually videotape these, I reminded Brian of my alopecia.
He touched his bald head.
I did.
Okay. We have got a Discord and things happen there, and you should be a part of
do,
it. So
and you
click the
should.
link in the description below.
Please do.
You can find us on social media. Will's been posting a lot there lately.
Yep, at least 4 times a week.
4 times a week, baby.
Across
Get
all
those
platforms.
Suck those 4 posts up with your social media by connecting with our social media, which is everything at the Dungeoncast. That's Twitter, which is now X, and
Mastodon.
God, it's so confusing. Can somebody just make it regular again?
Instagram.
You can find your boy on the gram.
Threads.
Sound Good Inc. on Instagram.
Yeah,
you can
that's
see
true.
our
I see you
Dragon
there
Turtle
sometimes.
Sally. Yeah, I went on private because I was getting a new job, and they were going to check it.
No, that's a good reason.
Yeah, but I'll accept your friend request if you don't look like a fucking absolute creep.
If you don't look like a
And even if
narc.
you kind of do, I'll still accept it. I just need to make sure you're not like a bot or a sex bot. Those aren't allowed to follow me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, check us out on the Soch. Fucking what else do we do?
I'm writing a book.
Yes.
It's called Star Seeker's Guide to Dragonstar. It is based off of our actual play sci-fi D&D podcast, Super Quest Saga. And I'm just finishing up, believe it or not, the Artifacts chapter.
Hey.
Where there's over 59 magic items, advanced technological devices, and artifacts. I'm hoping to have the beta, which is like the test PDFs that I send out, for a new item system called the Glyph system, which I invented, and I think a lot of people are going to get a lot out of it. Should have that out in a week or 2. We'll see. I'm burning through the book as fast as I can, but if you are interested in a sci-fi space opera D&D compatible source book, then look no further than Starseeker's Guide to Dragonstar. We have 11 new races, including a species builder, which has thousands of possibilities. We're going to have 13 new subclasses. Like I said, 59 magic items, over 100 monsters. And all you got to do is go to drakenstar.com and pre-order the book.
Yeah. Link in the description below, like with everything else. We have a PO box.
Yes.
We there was
It's
a
been a
string of
while.
letters and postcards that came through there that were a delight to read. So if you guys want to send us something, I'll be checking the post box, the PO box between this recording and the next. So we're going to do hopefully some of that, and then be reading like YouTube comments and things like that. And we'll have a Patreon episode, I believe, next batch of recordings. And we'll be doing Patreon shout outs because I think it's been a second. since we
Spoiler
did
alert,
that.
it's going to be a demon lord.
Oh, hell yeah. Sick.
A very sexy demon lord.
Wow. I'm excited. I don't even want to know what it is.
I'm not going to tell you.
Okay. So yeah, I'm hyped for next recording. And yeah, thanks Patreon people for being patient. We've had a lot of scheduling hiccups lately that we've been working through, so the episodes haven't been as early as normal. But it looks like we're getting back on rhythm here.
Yeah.
So things should go back to like, getting that episode a week or 2 early. But they're always in that feed and ad free. So, that's one of the benefits of going to Patreon and checking that out. Also, you guys can check out Flashbang and the Surgeon. It's a superhero comedy campaign that I did with my friends Jake and Steve that we had on our Patreon that we were releasing from the paywall. I'm so bad at like posting that feed, but it's I'm doing my best over there. Like I just got a lot going on all the time. So episode 8 got fixed. And I saw somebody say that it is indeed fixed. So good. I think I accidentally crossed files.
Yeah,
And
if it's not fixed for you, just go ahead and either refresh your feed or unsubscribe and resubscribe, and it should be good.
Yeah, and then session 9 is in there for September 5th. It's already uploaded, so I can guarantee that that's going to drop, and hopefully without issue, I'll double check it. But then, yeah, that season 1 is actually almost closed up. So if you've been waiting for that to release, it's going to all be there. It's 10 sessions total. It's like anywhere between 2 and 4 episodes per session. It's quite a bit of content. I like the way season 1 concludes. I have like an epilogue episode, and then season 2 is a fucking blast. Can't wait for you guys to hear it. And I think that's it. I think we should call it a game.
Let's call it a game. We'll talk to you guys later.
The Dungeoncast.